Hello, everyone. This is Linda Drummond with Network in Action. And today I have the privilege of speaking with Sonya Atkins Goodman. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much, Linda. Thank you for having me today.
Absolutely. So tell me, Sonya, let's tell everyone what your business is and what you do.
Absolutely. So, my business is an HR consulting firm, but we are a wraparound 360 HR services company. So, that means anything from staffing all the way to HR operational management, we have the capacity to offer those services. Our services are generally focused on reducing the cost, reducing risk, increasing compliance, increasing tenure or reducing turnover, so to speak, because we know that that's a big thing right now with companies. We generally like to help small to mid-sized businesses. With that being said, that's a little bit about what we do.
Wow, that is great and much needed, I'm sure.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I know as a little girl, you didn't wake up one day and go, I'm going to go into human resources. So how
Yes.
did you get into the business?
So thank you so much for asking me that. HR is really something that chose me. I was 24 years old at the time and a military wife at the time, not even living in Texas. And I was working for a medical manufacturing company at that time. And I had already been promoted a couple of times from an executive assistant up to some other positions for the company. And the vice president of HR came to my office one day and she asked me if I had ever thought about a career in human resources because they were pleased with the accomplishments, excuse me, that I had made so far. So she explained to me a little bit about that. And let me just say that's been a quite a few years ago. Okay. So we're looking at 1994 is when that occurred. So that's really how I got my start in HR. I started out as an HR assistant and then just really started professionally developing my HR knowledge and my skills, of course, through professional networks such as SHRM, and just always looking for that next level. Things for me, I've always been that kind of person that I've wanted to just achieve the next thing. And so I was able to do that. I've had a very successful and rewarding career in the corporate world of human resources. So that's really about how I got my start in this. And I just love people. I don't think I've ever met a stranger. And I think it's important for HR to have that human connection. As a matter of fact, we say with my company at Human Edge Resource Solutions, we do say that we bring the human back to human resources. Even though we are proponent for technology and utilizing technology for efficiency, we believe there's just an aspect that cannot be replaced by AI, that does really require that human being there in that HR seat.
That is so true. So true. So, how did you get from working for someone else to opening your own business?
Well, Miss Linda, life's a journey, right? So I again, going back through my career, I had a lot of success in being able to achieve the next level. I achieved all the way up to a CHRO for a hospital system. So after being in that, I was also in automotive for a while. I really decided, hey, I would rather utilize these skills. I've pretty much already gone as far as I can go in the corporate world, short of being the owner. I'd already been on the board of directors, so I'd achieved that as well. And really, my passion is to help more people because when you sit in the corporate seat, you're really focused just on that one company and that workforce. After 33 years of being in this, I've seen a lot happen in the world, in how that has impacted our economy, how that's impacted our businesses. So I wanted to just take my knowledge and be able to share it with more than just one company, particularly those that are small to mid-sized companies. I have a lot of experience in the family-owned sector as well. So I have a big passion for protecting other people's legacies. And that's what the legacy is that I want to leave. Is how can I achieve that? How can I achieve the legacy of helping others to protect their own? And becoming a business owner is how I was able to do that. But I will say this, that back in March of this year, I decided to start my own business. I did have a partnership prior to this. And we live and we learn through a lot of things when we're going through partnerships. And I really saw the need for women-owned and minority-owned businesses. And being a woman myself, of course, there's a lot of things that we've struggled with, holding down careers, holding down families. And then over 50% of the small businesses are actually owned by women. But yet women are generally a big, backbone of the community. So I decided to go out on my own and really try to niche it down to where we could help those businesses that have women in leadership positions or are owned by women and or minorities. Even though those are not the only businesses that we help, that is our passion. So I took the leap of faith and started my own company, and it's just been a whirlwind ever since. We are so excited to be doing this, and I have been so blessed because I cannot believe the people that we've gotten to meet for it. So,
well, how admirable is that? That is absolutely fantastic.
thank you.
So I know that in 33 years, you're bound to have a success story that you might be able to share with us.
Well, thank you. Yes, I want to share one that we recently had. We had an oil and gas company that had reached out to us. Now, mind you, they already have their own HR company. They are global, so they have teams in the UK. They have teams in Ecuador, of course, here in the US and other Singapore and other locations throughout the world. But their vice president of human resources reached out to us because they were really needing to hone down on their talent acquisition process. And they needed to develop something that was more streamlined because it seemed like everybody was doing their own little thing in each location. So with that being said, we worked together with each one of those teams, learning what processes they were currently utilizing, understanding that employment laws are different in different areas of the world, especially the UK, and really working to develop and streamline a process that would be foundational for them across the board. Not only did we develop the standard operating procedures and the summary, but we developed the training for them as well, for not only their recruiters, but also for their hiring managers. So I find that as a successful story because it was project management based, but we helped them to increase their efficiency, which means that with a better streamlined recruiting process, they're more likely to capture those great candidates that are going to stay with them for a long time. Because right now, I mean, when we look at the hiring process, that's really where a lot of this is right now. And people are saying that they have, issues with finding talent. Well, this is how we can help them do that. And so that I find that as a success story, especially for an oil and gas company that is a global company that already had their own internal HR resources. They reached out to us to help them with that.
Wow, what a great success story.
Thank you.
So Sonya, tell me, what is a good referral for you?
Well, a good referral for me would be anyone who's a small to mid-sized business. So if they have 200 to 500 employees, We have, again, we've had clients that are global. We have clients that are outside of the state of Texas as well. So would say geographically, that's not an issue, but 2 to 500. I would say if they have an HR department, but they're looking for ways to develop or streamline their processes and their policies, or maybe they're a company that just doesn't have the budget for a full-time HR professional, and they still need that HR expertise because that's going to be what helps to keep them out of trouble and keep them in compliance.
Exactly.
So those companies would be our best referrals.
All right. So if someone has a referral for you, how can they reach you?
Oh, thank you so much. Well, absolutely. They can reach me at, they can either reach me at our phone number, which is 1-833-437-7482. An easy way to remember that is 833-HERS for you too, which HERS is actually the acronym for our company, Human Edge Resource Solutions. They can also reach out to us via email at info@humanedgeresourcesolutions.com, or they can find us at our website, humanedgeresourcesolutions.com.
Well, Sonia, it has been such a pleasure speaking with you today. I wish you the best of luck and welcome to Network in Action.
Thank you so much, Linda. It's such a pleasure to be here. This is Network in Action is such a great community, and I'm so happy and proud to be a part of it. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. I hope you have a fantastic day.
You too, ma'am. Thank you
Thanks.
so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.